In a previous video, I told you about focusing on structure when you answer questions in part 3 of the IELTS speaking test. Firstly, giving a direct answer, followed by an explanation, and finally giving an example. I briefly mentioned a bit about whether the example should be specific or general. It's probably a good idea to look at this in a bit more detail to make sure we have a good understanding of what we should be doing in the test. As long as you give some kind of example in the third step of your answer, it should be good enough. But we should be thinking about what the question is focused on. Is it on you, or is it more general? Let's say the examiner chooses to ask you questions about the internet and says something like this. Do you think you can believe everything you read on the internet? This question is quite clearly focused on you. We can see the word you 3 times in the question. In this case, after you've given your direct answer and explanation, you should probably be giving a personal example of something you have read. The example could be something like this. For example, I read on Wikipedia that David Beckham was a Chinese goalkeeper in the 18th century. This is obviously completely false. So the example given is one that is specific to the person answering. However, you might be asked a question which is a bit more general. A bit like this. How has the internet changed the way we live? Now with this question, you might want to give an example that is general, as the question is asking how the internet has changed the way we live, not you. An example like this would be fine. For example, nowadays, when people are on public transport, they will nearly always be looking at their phone to chat with friends or read something on a website. With this type of question, it might be better to give general examples, but it is not wrong to give a personal example. If you have given a general response for both the direct answer and explanation, this can lead into a specific example. Maybe like this. For example, if I want to know something, I will nearly always search it on Google. Before the internet, finding information in this way was impossible and probably a lot more time-consuming. So, you might want to fit your example to the focus of the question, specific or general. And this is a good approach to giving examples. But really, as long as you give a clear answer in the first 2 steps, direct answer and explain, and make sure you give an example that is connected to them, the answer will be good enough. Thanks for watching. If you found the video useful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future videos.